It's me again. I made some smooth M1s for Urahime, and I wanna show you how to make them. Here's a little demo of them on the screen. They feel really good. Go to character block! And then we're gonna go to the first M1. Start with a no sprint state that lasts as long as your M1 does, as well as a no jump state that's a little bit longer than that. Just a little bit. Add a melee trail, make sure to match it to the limb that is being thrown in the animation. And the animation itself usually has its impact at 0.2 seconds, that mark, so wait for 0.2 seconds before everything else. The hitbox properties are pretty easy to figure out, I think. The most important part is that you're connecting to a branch for the target and the player when it connects with an enemy. That branch would be hit player. This is the timeline for the user. It creates this tag called melee DB, DB standing for debounce, for 0.075 seconds. Otherwise, just add some velocity for the user and the target. And, this is important, it plays the rest of the melee animation at the very end of the timeline. It won't work if it's at the beginning or the middle. It's going to be at the end. It has to be. This is the hit target branch. This is just for the target. It plays a little glow effect and also a impact sound. That's it. I recommend you look at the glow properties here because it's pretty accurate to the game. That's it though. It changes up a little for 2 and 3. In our initial branch here, we check for that melee debounce tag. If they have it, it jumps to the melee debounce branch. And what that does is it just waits for that time that we specified. If you don't do this, your M1s are going to be obnoxiously fast, so watch out. Other than that, everything is exactly the same as the first M1, and this whole M1 is also the exact same for 3. So do this again for 3, everything, do it again. 4 is also mostly the same at first, but then remember that we also have to have up tilt, down slam, whiff and lag, stuff like that. So let's go through that. And like I said, the main branch is mostly the same, except for the fact that there is a miss branch right there after the hitbox, which still has the branch and branch target inside of it. Instead of the default miss branch, we kind of do the opposite of hit player. We stun the user for 1 second and we play a slowed down version of the rest of the melee animation. At the end. Still at the end. Hit player and hit target are still mostly the same, except you increase the velocity and do ragdoll for the target. Now for down slams, you need a whole new branch for it with a false in-air condition, so that it activates if you're in the air. Other than that, everything is still kind of the same. You just change a few properties in the hitbox, and you connect to different branches, basically just down slam versions of the default ones. Here's down slam miss. Literally the same as the normal one. Hit player is also the same. And hit target is a little bit different as we play an animation to get them on the ground, as well as a mesh for a little wind ring effect. And then ragdoll them. But it's still the same, basically. Up tilts are also kind of the same sauce, except you use an is jumping condition. I try to cancel it if they're in the air. It doesn't really matter though, I don't think. And then it's the same again, pretty much. It's basically the same again as the down slam mostly, but you just kind of do everything upwards, kind of. So I'll show you. Look, up tilt miss, the same. Up tilt hit player, the same. Up tilt hit target, it's like the down slam, but like I said, it's upwards, and it even uses the same wind ring mesh thing. And that's it. Do you have questions? Try to ask them. I'll try to answer. Stream Vivarium by Otto. And thanks for watching, and bye.